What's good, everybody? This is Ryan Johnson with MoneyBass.com. Oh man, guys, always moving, always into something. Just making sure I'm getting everything set up. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Tuesday night live stream, guys. Please, as you come into the chat, you guys know the routine. Please hit a 1. Just want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. Make sure everything looks good, sounds good. Then we'll get into it. So I know you guys saw the title of the live stream and the thumbnail. So tonight we're gonna be talking a little bit about some Mega Live. See what's going on with that Mega Live. You know, it looks like Mega Live has been coming in with some wins lately, guys. What do you think about that? So yeah, we will get into it. But as you guys know, whether you are running Humminbird, Garmin, or Lawrence, everybody is welcome here because in our chat, we have people that have a little bit of everything going on. Some guys are running Humminbird systems and they may have thrown a Garmin livescope on top of that, or Lawrence active target, or you may be running Garmin and throwing that 360. So, you know, people kind of have things, a little bit of everything. So everybody is welcome here. What we are doing is just looking to build a community of like-minded guys. Get on here each week, you know, share our experiences and just have a little fun with it, guys. And you know that we always build off of the chat. So make sure you guys get active in the chat. Just drop a comment or two in there so I can see who's joining us this week, and then we will get into it. But so how's everybody been doing today? I see some guys checking into the live stream. Really appreciate it. Everybody's getting active in there. But man, it's been kind of some things going on this weekend. I know some of you guys got hit pretty bad with some storms out there, those tornadoes. Man, I hope everybody is doing well with that because I know that was definitely a serious situation. All right, see you guys coming into the chat. So what we're going to do tonight, it just kind of follow the normal routine. So, you know, I see everybody coming in. So I will go through a few shout outs and all that good stuff. Then I'll hop into the content, the meat of the live stream, and just pull up some on the water footage and just kind of start off with a review of some of that on the water footage with the Bassmaster Classic winner himself. Just pull up some footage of him out on the water with that and just kind of review a little bit of that and get some feedback from your side of things. And also the bait that he was using. I have some footage where I was out on the lake using that similar technique. So I'm going to pull up that footage and show that to you guys. And also for people that may not have those specific types of that jig head, that lure and everything, there is something that you can do to kind of create one yourself. So I'll get into that too, guys. So if I'm forgetting any of this stuff, because once we get rolling, you know, I kind of get into it. And of course, as always, we will do the how would you fish it segment. So we'll get into that. All right, so let me just take a look. Also want to give a special shout out to the Facebook crew. So we have the Facebook crew checking in. Let me just check on you guys over here, make sure everything is live and running. Hold on, just bear with me, guys. All right, there we go. All right, yeah, I see we're live and in action over there. Just let me get this set up real quick. All right, there we go. All right, so we are live on Facebook as well. Whew, man. All right, guys. And I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with some of the little clips and things like that, but I've been putting out, but went out to Lake. What was that? Lake Oconee, trying to get ready for that next BFL, guys. Oh yeah. I think I'm gonna have a good time out there. So I do have some footage that I'll be uploading later this week to kind of show you guys a little bit about what was going on out at Lake Oconee. Because man, I'm just running behind, guys. You know, things are just kind of always into something. Always something's always pulling me this way, that way. So I didn't get all of that footage that I wanted out just yet, but I will be getting that out to you guys. All right, so let's see who we have checking in this evening, guys. Let's see if we can get into it and have some fun with it. All right, so as always, who do we have checking in first? Shout out to Michael with High Tech Redneck Fishing. Hi guys, hope everyone is doing well. All right, glad to have you back in the chat. I know everybody has been out there, you know, having a little bit of fun out on the lake. And has anybody fished any tournaments this weekend? What kind of results did you have? So as we always say, you know, this is a safe place. So you can come in here and kind of use this as your bragging board. So let us know how you did out on the lake and what lake or tournaments that you fished. All right. And let's see who else we have. All right, guys, we have Big Jim with Big Jim Fishing checking in. And I know you guys noticed he is a member of the Money Team. What is going on? Really, really appreciate that. Really appreciate you checking in. All right, then another thing. I see you guys already in here networking. How's Big Jim tonight? All right, so we have you guys in there networking, talking to each other. And that is what we're here for, guys, to network, continue building this community. We are growing. We're growing fast, guys. I mean, like I said, just last week we passed 5,000 subscribers not too long ago, and now we're already hitting 5,600, headed to 5,700. So yeah, shout out to that. Really appreciate the support of the channel, guys. All right, let's see who else we have checking in. Let's see, we have Greg. What's going on, Greg? Glad to have you back into the live stream. Good evening, Big Jim and MoneyBass. All right, good deal with that. Look who we have checking in. And it looks like he's on time this time. What's going on? Vernon Neal says, good evening, fellow fishing friends. Yep, that is right. And also, want to make sure I do give a special shout out to the Money Team, strong supporters of the channel. And if anybody's interested in becoming a member of the Money Team, what you will see is that there are guys that are in the chat that have a badge right next to their name. And those are the members of the Money Team. There is a link pinned to the top of the chat. If you're interested in just finding out a little bit more about that, you can click on that link and it'll give you the information that's in there. And let's see, let's go ahead and hop back into the chat real quick just to see. And I see some people still tuning in, coming into the live stream. Really, really appreciate everybody. If you are anybody that is here for the first time, we meet every Tuesday, 8 p.m. We get in here, talk a little about this and a little about that. All of it has to do with fishing, you know, having a little bit of fun with it. And tonight's topic, we're going to be talking about that Mega Live system. I know some of you guys are having some good experiences with it. Some of you may be run into a few problems with some things. And you can always come here, whether you have Garmin, Lowrance, or Mega Live, because there's people that have a mixture of those systems in the chat. So if you're having any issues with your system, always feel free to hop in and put that comment or question down in the chat, and either I'll get to it or someone in the comments can help you out with that. All right, then we have one more fish. What is going on? Checking back into the live stream. Really appreciate you checking in. Then we have Greg says, hearing you loud and clear, doing well. All right, appreciate that. All right, then see you guys hit me with the ones. Let me know everything is good. All right, Big Jim Fishing says, I'm great, guys. How are you, MoneyBass? Hey, man. I mean, I'm making it. I'm doing all right. I mean, I was running behind schedule, man. I mean, but it's always like that. Each week, you know, I'm kind of trying to get everything finished at the last minute and hop in here. All right, then we have Steve Green. What is up, Steve Green? Really glad to have you checking in. And Cajun Rob Fishing. What is going on? Glad you're checking back in. All right, and let me see. Okay, I see you guys are getting very active in the chat, which, as always, makes for a great live stream, guys. So, like I said, we're going to get into it. I will be pulling up the footage of the Bassmaster Classic winner, pulling up some footage of him out on the water, and just kind of just going over that for the guys that may not be too familiar with how the live imaging works, because we do have people that tune into the live stream that aren't really versed on their electronics or even fishing, guys. I mean, the industry is kind of growing, so we have people that just check in just to, you know, just be a part of the community, the camaraderie that we're building over here on the MoneyBass channel. All right, and let's see who else we have. Hunter Taylor says, what's going on, Big Jim and Big Money? All right, one more fish says, wait, no ranting Randy Blockett video review today. Oh man, I've been seeing the videos coming out, and it's like, man, sometimes I'm just looking in the information. It just doesn't seem like, it seems like it may be, some things may be kind of hurting some people a little more than it's helping them, depending on how they're absorbing that information. And it's just, to me, it just looks like it's making some people feel like they can't compete when they really can. Because if you guys have been watching this channel, I have interviewed 3 of the BFL winners so far from this year. And 2 of those anglers won their BFLs without using their electronics. Only one of them won using their electronics. And ironically, the one on Lake Lanier, which should have technically been one using electronics, was not one using electronics. But yeah, I guess that's another topic. All right, shout out to Jason, a member of the Money Team. Really appreciate you checking back in. All right, then we have Real Talk Bassing. What's up, Big Money? All right, so yeah, I see a lot of return subscribers checking in, and here we go. We have the newest member of the Money Team checking in, pronouncing it right, putting some respect on that name, Dodie Fishing. I need a spinning reel. Which one? You know what? I need a spinning reel too. So you guys that are in the chat, if anybody knows a good high quality spinning reel, I'm looking to kind of upgrade mine too. Right now, I've been using the Fluke President. Is it President or Presidential? I think it's the 3000 or the 3500. But I have a video with my full shaky head setup. So if you just search in YouTube, just search MoneyBass shaky head setup, then that video should come up and it'll show you exactly what I have and how I set mine up. But yeah, I'm looking to kind of upgrade because, you know, I've been catching a few fish with them and it doesn't seem like that reel is quite keeping up. Some of the components are getting a little flaky on me. So I do need to upgrade my reel also. All right, then we have Fire Chief says, hi, everyone. All right, guys, so we have some people that aren't always in the comments checking in. So, hey, we are definitely growing. Really, really appreciate the support. All right, Jason says, greetings from me and Ken Kavanaugh from Gunnersville. Oh, yes, sir. Gunnersville. That's one of those big fish lakes out there. So, yeah, I think I won a mega bass out on that lake one time. So, yeah, I know a little bit about Gunnersville. All right, and this is a name that I've heard. What is going on, David? He is another new member of the Money Team. Really appreciate you checking in. But he says Vanford. So, yes, I have heard of that spinner reel. So, that's definitely one that I'll take a look at. And who was that was just asking about that spinner reel up there? Who was it? Let's see. I don't see it right offhand. But, yeah, so whoever that was mentioning that Vanford is a seems to be a good one. A lot of people mention that. And another member of the Money Team checking in. What is going on, Mark Scott? Now, Mark has been out on the lake killing it. So he's been sending me some screenshots with some pictures of him out there catching, what was that, a 7-pounder just this past weekend? And I sent him one back of a, like a 4 to 5 pounder that I caught. Couldn't compete with his 7. Oh, my goodness, guys. Shout out to Jason, coming in strong, member of the Money Team and a very, very strong supporter of the channel with a $20 super chat. And you, sir, you are the big fish. You have jumped in and hit us with the $20 super chat. And what I say each week, guys, is whoever gives the largest super chat, super sticker, and sometimes people will slide in a little cash app or two to support the channel during that live stream. You are the sponsor of that live stream. So if you take a look down at the bottom of the screen, you will see it scrolling along. It says special thank you so much to the sponsor of the stream, Sly Doggy TN. And the co-sponsor from last week was Mako Mills. So special shout out to you guys. And hey, I'm going to have to continue to shout out Sly Doggy TN because you guys know that have been following the channel that he donated a target lock to the channel, guys. So I've been out there getting a lot of footage for you guys with that target lock system. And I've been dropping a few little shorts here and there. And I did put out a video recently that I saw a lot of people had some questions about. So I'm going to be going through there and putting some of that fine detailed information in there that people may not be telling you. So if you have any questions about your Mega Live target lock system, make sure you always hop in the comments on the live streams or on the videos that I put out and just drop some questions in there and I can get to those for you guys. So really, really appreciate that. And also, if you take a look at the bottom of the screen, that banner strolling across, what I do each week is put the sponsor of the live stream in that banner. So let me go ahead and update that to Jason. All right, so what we would do is go ahead and add Jason's name in this one. All right, so now just bear with me, guys. Just doing a little work. Have to put in a little work every now and then. All right, so now here we go. Special thank you so much to the sponsor of the stream, Jason. All right, really, really appreciate that. Strong supporter of the channel, guys. All right, so let me just hop back into the comments real quick. I'll go through a few more of these. I see we have, it's like we have just about everybody checking in. So what I will do is just go through a few more of these the comments that are coming in the chat, just see how you guys are doing, and then we will hop right into tonight's content. The other thing that I wanted to mention too, guys, is I had told you that we were going to be doing a live stream for co-anglers, and that live stream is going to be coming up. So I want to make sure you guys know. And if you know of any co-anglers that are wanting to know some techniques, some things that can help them out on the water whenever things get tough, or they're like, hey, I'm out here in 30 feet of water, what do I do? Or my boater is running along the bank throwing a crankbait, and I don't feel as though I can get a cast in. Well, we are going to have a guy coming on that has won two $50,000 checks fishing as a co-angler in the BFL. And as far as I know, he is the only one to do that. So if you guys don't know who I'm talking about, just look up Danny Buswell. Danny Buswell, guys. So take a look at that. Just do a little research on him. You'll see what I'm talking about. But yeah, so I'm working on getting him on the show, and that will be a special live stream for the co-anglers. And of course, boaters, you're welcome to. I mean, you can hop in and give your 2 cents. And what I'm planning to do with that is actually have we'll get on here and just kind of talk back and forth, and then I will actually bring up you guys that have any questions or comments. I'll pull you up on the screen so we can have kind of like 3 people on the panel. I'll probably bring you up one at a time if anybody wants to come on, but that live stream will be dedicated to helping out the co-anglers, guys. All right, so let me just take a look and see where we were at. Hold on 1 second. All right, so Vernon Neal says, Big Jim, what is happening? All right, yeah, so make sure you guys keep networking in the comments. All right, so Big Jim Fishing says that, Greg, I need your address. Vernon Neal and I need your address. Yeah, so shout out to Big Jim. So like I said, make sure you guys keep on. Wait a minute. We have a special guest in the house tonight, the Condemned. Oh, look at that name, guys. Oh, he says shout out to the mastermind. That is right. Shout out to you, and I really appreciate you checking in and checking out the live stream. All right, then we have David says walleye tournament in De Pere, Wisconsin, Saturday, 12 inches of snow. Okay, talking about those walleye. I think there's something going on with those walleye cheaters these days. I mean, I think they were in court just recently, but shout out to you. Then we have Rob Welch checking in, and Rob Welch is a member of the Patreon. Really, really appreciate you checking in, and he is checking in on the Facebook side of things. I told you guys we are live on Facebook, so really appreciate that. What is up, Big Money? What's going on with you? All right, and then okay, all right, here we go. So he says, glad you didn't fall in the drink. So I don't know if you guys saw, how many of you guys saw, but I did just upload a clip recently where I was trying to give a like on the lake report, and as I was walking, wasn't really paying attention, and I almost fell in the lake, guys. So it almost got me. But if you want to see that clip, just go to my channel and take a look at the shorts, and that is what he is referring to. All right, so let me just hop through here real quick and just see where we were at, so we can go ahead and hop into the content, because I see we have quite a few people that have checked in now, so we can get things rolling, guys. All right, so what I'll do is I'll hop through here and just pull up the members of the Money Team's comments real quick, so that we can go ahead and get into the comment, and then I will come back, get into the content, and then I'll come back in just a few minutes, guys, and go through some more shout outs in here. All right, so we have Big Jim says, yo, Occasion Rob and Vernon Neal. And then we have Cool C checking in. He is a member of the Money Team, and he is fishing as a co-angler in the BFL. So I'm pretty sure I will see you out there at Lake Oconee. Really, really appreciate that. All right, and let's see who else we have. Mark Scott says, me and my son went to Wingfoot Sunday. My son caught a 7-pound bass. That is right. His biggest ever. That's my brag for the week. There we go, guys. Shout out to that. Shout out to the catching that PB. All right, and like I said, guys, you can always come here and use this as a brag board for what you had going on. All right, Rob Welsh says, Hammer, young angler was on him. Great guy. Okay, let's see. Okay, I skipped it. I skipped something. So he said, fished Toyota on Lewis Lake last week, a tournament, but fished with a absolute, with forward facing sonar. Hammer young angler on him. Great day. All right, sounds good. Sounds good. And Rick Patterson checking in. Haven't seen you in a while. What is going on, buddy? All right, and let's see, guys. Let me just hop through here real quick and see. Okay, we have Big Jim stepping in. All right, Big Jim has hit the Money Team with a $9.99 super chat. Really, really appreciate that. And he is also a very strong supporter of the channel and strong member of the Money Team. And you guys know about Big Jim. So make sure you check out his live streams every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. If I did not get that right, Big Jim, make sure you correct me down in the comments. But every Monday, Big Jim has his live streams. So really, really appreciate that. All right. And hold on, just bear with me, guys. All right. So let me do this. What I'll do is go ahead and pull up this first clip. And what we're going to do is just take a look at this. And like I said, I want you guys to get active in here. If you have any questions about that live system, make sure you, put your 2 cents in here. I'm hoping everybody kind of saw a little bit of the footage that was going on this weekend. I know Big Jim was out at the Classic himself, so he has some footage on that. So if you guys are interested in seeing some insider footage on the Bassmaster Classic, then you can head to his channel after this live stream and take a look at some of the footage that he has on there, guys. All right, so just bear with me, because as you guys saw, I mean, I was running a little late, guys. I think I started the live stream on time, but I did not have everything set up. So just bear with me. What I'm going to do now is just share my screen and pull up this footage so that we can take a look at it. All right, so just bear with me. Let's see, here we go. All right, get this up here. All right, there we go, guys. All right, let me just drop this. All right, so here we go. Jeff Gustafson. I hope I'm saying his name right. I've been trying to pronounce it, but hey, it gets me tongue twisted sometimes. All right, so I have that up there, and let me just drop this out of the way. Hold on one second, guys. Just bear with me. Bear with me. All right, there we go. All right, so what we're going to do here is just take a look. And I know a lot of you guys know that just recently, that Redcrest, Brian Thrift. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Brian Thrift. He's running Humminbird, guys. And the reason why I'm doing this live stream is because recently I have been getting people contacting me, asking me a lot of questions about Humminbird, like why go with Humminbird versus Garmin versus Lowrance. And if you guys are running Lowrance systems, active target, things like that in the chat, then you feel free to hop in there and give the pros of, of the things that make you, that made you choose that system. And along with the Garmin, because each one of the systems have their pros and cons to it. So one of the main things that I know people were asking a lot about as far as Mega Live was the quality of the images and everything. But as you guys see, they're out there making these things work, and they're putting in work and getting good results with that system. So it's all a matter of how much time that you put in to get the results that you want. So let me just go ahead and get this started. And, just let's see what we can learn tonight, guys.
That fish is, we're going to take a look at what he's been doing. So this was moments ago before our commercial break. If you look at that bottom line, that white line, that is the bottom of the lake. He's in 27.4 feet of water. But if you look at that one dot to the left-hand corner, okay, keep your eye right there. So he just pitched his bait out, and you'll see his bait falling right there in the center of that screen. You see him working that bait.
Ooh.
And there's the fish that he just hooked and coming up to the boat.
All right, take a look at that, guys. Look how clear that image is.
And if you see right there, there was 1 or 2 behind it.
And actually, let me just
or 3.
Because I saw probably about 10 behind it. So depending on how your eye is, guys, I would say that has a lot to do with the performance that you can.
Yeah, it's quite a few.
Or 5.
That is really cool. So if you're watching here on Fox, yes, people used to actually just cast and throw and hope for a bite. Not really the case anymore in bass fishing. That is good stuff and really explains the entire story. Back to Gustafson live. Good.
All right, so let's just talk about that real quick. So one of the things that I noticed is there's a lot of people that obviously are against forward-facing sonar, and they're like, let's take a look at some of the comments that were on this video. Let me see if I can pull that up to where you guys can see it. And that was definitely one of the things that I wanted to discuss with this video. Hold on one second, guys. All right, so let me see. All right, so it says, hey, Gussie, congratulations on winning the Bassmaster Classic. I've commented before on forward-facing sonar about how boring it is to watch as a viewer. I also said that to me, it would be more interesting if you showed viewers the screen to be able to see what the angler's looking at. Congratulations, nice work on achieving that. And guys, when I saw that, I was like, man, I want to be able to bring my on the water footage to you guys that way. But I found out that that is because he is running an Apex unit, and that Apex unit has an HDMA out port, and that is what allows them to run that simultaneously to where you're able to view that. So just in case anybody was wondering, but that is one of the things that they did mention about that. All right, and there's just a few comments in here that I wanted to take a look at. And if anybody wants to know specifically what video I'm showing, the title of it, it's on the Bassmaster's YouTube channel, and it's classic Jeff Gustafson. I hope I'm saying his name right. Lands second keeper on championship day. So that is the video that I'm kind of reviewing. And like I said, once we talk about this, then I'll go through a few of these comments, hop back into the chat just for a quick second, and then I'm going to pull up some on the water footage where I was doing a similar technique. And it is a good wintertime pattern, guys. So if you know about this, then you know about it. But I'm going to show you some things that you can do to kind of get these same results. And you probably already have the tackle in your tackle box. So I'm going to show you some things that you can do to modify. Here we go. That you can use to modify those baits and get those results that you want. Just using what you may already have in your tackle box. All right, so let me see. So just looking through these comments, there was like 2 or 3 specifically that I was looking for. Hold on one second, guys. All right. Should there be a division for non-live scope? All right. Zona trying to convince everybody that live scope is good for the sport. Oh man, yeah, some people that don't like it. People complain about everything. Northern anglers are vastly superior to southern anglers. Hey man, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is going on with that? All right. Then he says, let's see. Too bad the other fishermen crowded him. All right. So not that one. I watched for about 4 minutes and saw the guy with an 11-pound lead starting at live scope, and that was enough for me. Oh man, they just don't like it. It might be cool, but that's BS when giving that fish a fair shake. All right, I gotta say, my interest in watching dudes watch fish on a screen has dropped significantly. Oh man, doesn't sound too good, does it? They ought to just come out with something that points exactly to the fish and maybe cast for you also. How does Bassmaster now promote forward-facing sonar on their biggest stage, the classics, showing that junk to the TV viewers? Disappointing for sure. Goodness, guys, it looks like I'm not making it to the comment that I was trying to find too quickly. All right, let's see. Zona selling out the sponsors. How interesting. I would like to thank my screen. Okay, that's not it. All right, one second, guys. Let me just kind of look through here real quick, guarantee. All right, so I can't find it real quick. I just don't want to keep reading through those like that. But basically, the comment that I have found was basically saying that he would not be able to do what he was doing with forward-facing sonar because it is allowing him to be able to see those fish, see his bait, and get that bait right where those fish are located. That is using forward-facing sonar. Let me just drop this down real quick, guys. So that is using, hold on one second. All right, so that is using forward-facing sonar. What I want to pull up real quick is just bear with me. I'm about to share my screen again. Where are we at? Because this is what I wanted to show you guys. For people that are against forward-facing sonar, or you may not have it, how can you get those same results without having forward-facing sonar? Is it possible? I would say yes. So let's just take a look at this real quick. This is a video from my channel, guys. I do put out a lot of tutorials using electronics. So just about anything that you want to take a look at, just type in MoneyBass, Helix, MoneyBass, 2D sonar, MoneyBass drop shot. I have over 600, probably 700 or so videos that are on YouTube. So the catalog is big, guys. There's a lot of good information out there that will help you guys out. But before we get into that, I see something has hopped up. we have Mark Scott, strong supporter of the channel. He has hopped in with a $20 super sticker. And if you guys take a look, he is also a member of the Money Team. All right, so right now it looks like we are tied this evening for the sponsor. Is that correct? Yeah. So we have Jason hopped in with that $20 super chat. And now we have Mark Scott stepping in with the $20 super sticker as well. Really, really appreciate that. So, guys, what that means is at this moment, we have co-sponsors of the live stream. So let me do a little work real quick. Then I will pull up and play that footage that I was just about to show you. But hey, you know, got to put in a little work every once in a while. So just bear with me. Let me head in here and just update this banner. So we have Jason and Mark Scott checking in, strong supporters of the channel, and both happen to be members of the Money Team. Really, really appreciate that. So if you take a look at this banner scrolling at the bottom of the screen, just bear with me, guys. Where'd it go? Okay, there we go. All right, so if you take a look at the bottom of the screen, you see special thank you so much to the sponsors of the stream, Jason and Mark Scott. And special shout out to everybody that is joining in and getting active in the comments. It really does make for a great live stream, and we can feed off of the energy that you guys are putting into this live stream. All right, so let me just pull this screen back up real quick. And actually, hold on 1 second, guys. Just let me make sure I am not leaving anything out. Okay. All right. So let me pull this back up. And what we are going to do is just take a quick look at this video that I put up. And the reason why I'm putting this up here for you guys, hold on 1 second. Let me move this out of the way. All right, so the reason that I'm playing this for you guys, because I know there are a lot of people that do not have forward-facing sonar. Can you compete with people that do have it? Yes, you can. So don't let anybody tell you that you can't. This video is going to show you how using 2D sonar, you can still get a live image. You can still track your bait and track those fish. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. And as always, make sure you guys are getting active in the comments. What's up, guys? This is Ryan Johnson with MoneyBass.com. Hope everybody is doing all right. Thank you for continuing to support the channel. Make sure you guys hit the like button. For today's video, it's basically in response to a comment that was left on one of my most recent videos where I was discussing live imaging versus 2D sonar, and that there is a way that you can use 2D sonar to track fish behavior, track your lure, and just things like that, that is actually a live setting or a live screen to where you can get the same results in a way that you get from live imaging. That screen is called the RTS window, but take a look at this short video clip. Then after that, I will come back and show you on the screen itself how to set that up, the settings that I use. And then after that, I will put a few little clips in here so you guys can see some sonar scanning and things like that. But as always, make sure you participate in the comment section. Read the comment section. There's always a lot of good information in there. If you guys have questions or comments, I pretty much respond to all of the comments that are in the comment section. And in the description section, I leave links to the videos that will reference some of the material that I'm talking about. So make sure you do watch those videos and participate in the comment section. Let's take a look at this clip, guys. And see, that right there is like a tree or some brush pile, a brush pile or something down there. So when I drop this down there, watch that. Well, you can't see him now, he's not on the screen. But look, so you can see my bait going down. You see that line right there? Okay. And then it went down there into that red stuff. And that's the brush pile down there. Mm-hmm. See, there's the fish again. So watch. You see this line coming up right here? Yep. See, that fish sees it. See him going down? Okay. See him going, he's chasing my bait now. He's chasing it fast. That one's probably going to hit it because he chased it fast. 2D sonar, not forward-facing sonar, guys. In that clip, I was able to spot the fish, see how the fish was reacting to my lure, see my lure and where it was in the water column, where the fish was at in the water column, and just the overall reaction of the fish to where I could tell that that fish was going to hit that bait. I could watch that fish's movement and everything while it was in the water. So with live imaging, of course you can do that. With sonar, there is an advantage to sonar in that you can still use that in a way that will give you an advantage as far as being able to spot those fish, locate them, and catch those fish. All right, so let's go ahead and get this booted up. Let's hit the power button. And all we are going to do is go into the simulator mode on here. And if you watched the previous video under the tutorials for the electronics unit, you saw that I showed you how to set up your power supply and be able to run your units from home. So when this gets to this page, to that screen, we're going to hit the menu button and choose the simulator option by just hitting the right arrow key. All right, and then we'll just give it a few seconds to finish booting up. And once this finishes, we will use the view button. And what that view button does is give you the shortcut to the menu, to a menu screen that will show you the different options for the screens that we're going to be looking at. So for today, of course, we're taking a look at the RTS window. So we'll just go to this first option here, hit the right arrow key. Let me hit that again. Hold down the view button, and then we're going to hit the right arrow key on sonar, and it is the first option. So we're going to use 2D view. And as you see, as soon as we do that, it'll go straight to the simulation mode where it will show us the 2D sonar. So right here is going to be your RTS window. In this section alone on the 2D sonar view, this is live. Everything that you see right here is actively happening. Everything back here is history. So basically what I have been using is this RTS window, and that allows me to see my bait, my the lure as it's going up and down in the water column. I can see the fish. I can see the fish reacting to the baits. But the first thing, let's go ahead, and this is something that you guys always want to get used to. Whenever you see the screen and it's not the way that you want it to look as far as clarity, let's go ahead and get that straightened up. So we'll hit the menu button once, and let's take a look at sensitivity. Let's kick that down some. And let's take a look at contrast. Let's kick it up that way. There we go. So now we can see that screen is clearing up for us. And it kind of gives us a better view of our RTS window also. All right, let me see. So now from here, let's go into the menu button. Well, let's exit out of this, hit the menu button twice, and we are going to head over to the sonar view. So under the sonar view, we can go down and just take a look at these different options. Clear mode, that is something that can affect your 2D sonar. So you can go to clear mode or max mode, depending on what unit you have and what version of software that you have on your screen. These options could be a little different, but generally I keep this on clear mode. And this is a Helix G3N unit. So if that helps you guys out as far as determining what type of unit you have, and if your screen may look a little different from this one, but generally the settings and everything are pretty much the same. So let's kick it on down to RTS window. So what we'll do is just take a look at the different options under RTS window. And what you will want to take a look at is this area right here as we change these. So right now it is on color A scope, and this one is a little clearer. Let's take a look at the color full. It kind of gives a different look to whenever the images are coming across the screen. And remember, this is what is actively happening. So you have that short window right there where you can see something that is actively happening. And over. All right, I knew my mic was off. All right, guys. I just wanted to stop that right there. What I will do is put a link in the description for guys that want to go back and watch that full video. But it pretty much goes through and shows you how to set up your RTS window so that if you do not have forward-facing sonar and you learn to use your RTS window with your 2D sonar, then you can still get out there and get great results with that. So one of the things that was mentioned was that he would not have been able to do that without forward-facing sonar. But as a lot of you guys know, whenever he was there last time, he won the same. But he won an event there. It was another big event that he won there, but he won that without using forward facing sonar, but doing the same technique. So here we call it the Demiki rig. So I know there's a few other names for it depending on what area of the country that you're in, but what we call it is the Demiki rig. And let me just drop this again real quick. And what we'll do is just continue taking a look at Jeff Gustafson. All right, just bear with me when I'm saying the name, guys. We'll continue taking a look at his footage whenever he was out there on the water, just so we can, just see how he was able to put that to work. And then, like I said, I will go over kind of a version of that bait that you guys, if you don't have that tackle, that you can use the products that I'm about to show you, and you can use that to make that that bait yourself, guys. All right, so just bear with me. Bring it back up again. All right, hold on 1 second. Just wanted to take a look at that catch one more time, guys. All right, add that in here. All right, so now again, just take a look at that screen. Again, they are running an Apex unit. They are using the HDMI port, the output port on that, and that is how they are able to get that footage on the screen to share it with you to see the image that he's using with that Mega Live system on that Apex unit. And guys, once again, take a look at how clear that that he has that screen, the clarity on that. And again, with the Solix, and I would say like that Apex unit, I know Big Jim runs Solix units. So if you guys have Solix units and you want to get those dialed in and looking crisp and clean like that, make sure you search Big Jim dialed in series, and you guys can take a look at that to get those type of clear images. In a lot of cases, I do have my screens where I'm running them clear like that, but I like to run my units hot. So I will just increase the intensity, the sensitivity and things on mine until it does start getting clutter. Because for me, I found that it allows me to see more information on the screen as far as being able to pick up some fish or some coverings, things like that, that may not have been able to be seen for me whenever I run my screen completely clear like that. But let's just take a look at his catch again and just watch those
bait
fish
out, and you'll see his bait falling right there in the center of that screen. So you see him working that bait, and there's the fish that he just hooked and coming up to the boat.
Yeah.
And if you see right there, there was one or two behind it. Or three.
That's yeah.
There's quite a few.
Or
What do you
five.
want to see?
That is really cool. So if you're watching here on Fox, yes, people used to actually just cast and throw and hope for a bite. Not really the case anymore in bass fishing. That is good stuff and really explains the entire story. Back to Gustafson live. Good, very good.
Or
All right,
five.
let me pull it back
That
real
is
quick.
and if you see right there, there was
Yeah.
to the and coming up.
All right, so what I want you guys to take a look at is on the screen, when you look where you see those, I'll call them dots for now, because I know there's some people in here that may not know how to read that live imaging screen, but you'll see those dots coming off of the bottom, that gold horizontal line, that is the bottom of the lake. So once you have your screen dialed in, really dialed in, guys, you can't see those fish before he caught that. Let me just go back a little bit. So take a look at the clarity of the screen, but all you see is that line going right there across the bottom. There you go. You can see my mouse on the screen. So you see that line right here. This is the bottom of the lake. So whenever you have your screens really dialed in, you can actually see those fish when they're hugging the bottom, because all it takes is for one of those fish to start moving around, and it gives away their location. And what you will see is just a little bitty small blip on that screen that will just kind of move just a little bit. And that will kind of let you know that there are fish down there on the bottom, and what technique are you going to use to catch those fish. They can be caught with a spoon. Obviously, they can be caught with a Damiki rig. For me, guys, I still would throw a shaky head out there. And what is he sitting in? About 27 feet of water. I catch fish out there in 30 to 40 feet of water, probably even more than that at times. And for me, that is just kind of my confidence bait. That is what I have been able to figure out a way to work that bait, to set that bait up, to be able to catch those fish offshore in this exact type of situation using a shaky head. So he's using a, what is that? A Damiki rig, kind of like a little simple setup like that. But that is what he is using, and just keeping that right above the head of those fish. And they will feed up, so they'll come up and he'll be able to pull those fish off of the bottom. So I'll play this again and just kind of pay attention to that detail down at the bottom. And you'll see as that first fish comes up, you'll see some of them, they'll start to come up and stop just above that line. And then other ones will go ahead and commit and follow that fish up that ended up taking the bait. But just take a look at that one more time, guys. And this is really the kind of thing that I was explaining that I will be bringing to you, as far as discussing those small details that will make the difference in whether you're successful out on the lake or you pass up something that could have been this winning spot. Because if you take a look at that screen, guys, I would say the majority of people will go right past that and not even bother fishing it, because they don't see that juice that is right there sitting on the bottom of that lake that ended up putting him in the place to walk home with that trophy. But yeah, so Gussie, shout out to Vernon Neal. He says, MoneyBass, just say Gussie for short. All right, so there we go. So Gussie. All right, so yeah, so let's just take a look at it one more time, guys, and just see if you can see the details in there of what I'm trying to explain to you. Like I said, what I'm trying to do is help you guys get better on the water, and in turn you can help me. It's just kind of, we're out here to help each other out so we can come back to this channel and use it as a bragging board whenever we're out here having successful days on the water. All right, so let's just take a look at it one more time. Let me just pull this up to give you a better view, but just watch as those fish start coming off the bottom, guys.
You see him working that bait.
All right, so I just paused it. So let me just show you right here is where that fish is coming up. And if you take a look right here, you can see a very small blip on the bottom of that screen. That is another fish that is moving down there. There's another one right next to it. And then you'll watch and see some other ones will start coming out of here. But it's just a little small, there's a very small change in contours in there. Those details are what separates, I guess, people that go home with that trophy from people that drive right past the spot like this. But so just watch this area right here. And I'm just going to rewind it back just a little bit before you see him set that hook. And what I want you to pay attention to is these other areas right around in here where you can see those fish start to come up. All right, hold on just a second. Okay, here we go.
Working that bait. And there's the fish that he just hooked and coming up to the boat.
Yeah. See those fish move from out here, and they came
right
up
there.
here.
There was one or two behind it. Or three.
That's
yeah. Just down here too, guys. There's another one back
really
here.
Really cool. So if you're watching here on Fox, yes, people used to actually.
All right, hold on just a second. So obviously you can see those fish that followed it, but there were some fish down here that stayed down there. So there's still more fish that are down there on that bottom that did not follow those fish. All right, so what do you guys think about that? So that is one of the details that I wanted to show you. So pretty much we've gone over that. I've shown you those details. I pulled up and showed you guys how you can use your 2D sonar. You can get right on top of those fish. But nowadays, it just depends on how finicky those fish are. Sometimes it is harder to catch them whenever you get directly on top of those fish. So with 2D sonar, you would be able to pull over those fish to locate them, but then you may have to pull off of them or even go to another spot after you mark exactly where those fish are. Just give them maybe like 15, 30 minutes or so, and then you can go back to that spot again and hit that. And that's, like I said, without forward-facing sonar, guys. All right, and let me just hop back into the chat real quick and see where we were at. Special shout out to the money team. I see you guys getting active in the comments. And like I said, guys, we always build off of the chat. So make sure you guys are continuing to get active. And let me just, I see somebody say something about the likes. So let me just take a look real quick. Okay. We have a good amount of people in here, and the likes. Oh man, the likes are looking kind of famished. Can we feed the likes a little bit, guys? I mean, I see we're sitting at about 16 likes. Can I get another 5.5? Can I get 5.5 more likes, guys? Get me up to around 21 likes. See if we can do that. Really, really appreciate it, guys. All right, hold on just a second. All right, get back over here to this. Make sure I'm seeing the same thing you guys are. Just bear with me, guys. All right, 1 second. All right, now let's hop back into the chat and see what is going on. See what you guys have been in here talking about. All right, let's see where we at, guys. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Looks like something may have changed in here. Special shout out to Mark Scott. He is the current co-sponsor of the live stream. Okay. And we had, who is this? Is that Veda Graves? Checking in. All right. Mega live to the front. Money team. All right. There we go. Have Veda Graves. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I have been known to kind of mispronounce a few names here and there, but special shout out to you. Really, really appreciate that. Hitting the channel with the $10 super chat. Says Mega live to the front. Money team. All right. Really, really appreciate that. And guys, like I said, each week when we do these live streams, whoever gives the largest super chat, super sticker, or support for the channel for that live stream is the sponsor of the live stream. And currently we have co-sponsors of the live stream. If you look down at the bottom, special thank you so much to Jason and Mark E. Scott. They are the current sponsors, and really, really appreciate you hopping in, Veda Graves, and supporting the channel. All of the funds that come into the channel go back to support the channel, whether it be through tournament fees. Man, you know how those tournament fees are, guys. Getting equipment for the channel. So I'm working on getting some updated cameras, so I'll be able to bring some more footage and maybe some better images to you guys. So I'll be putting that together. So really, really appreciate everybody hopping in and supporting the channel. All right, so where were we at in the comments, guys? Let's see where we were at. All right, so we have Michael with red with high tech redneck fishing says, yes, they are, Vernon. My Daiwa Tatula are great with light line. I use 6-pound line. The drag is the best. Okay, so I've heard that one too. So that Daiwa, someone was asking a little earlier about a good spinning rod, and that is one of the main ones that I was taking a look at. I kind of like the look of it too. So we were talking about the goodness, I can't remember the name of that other one, but I think it was a Shimano reel that someone Vanford was the one that someone mentioned just a minute ago. So we're looking at Vanford and we're looking at Tatula. If anybody else has a great spinning reel that they want to reference or suggest, make sure you put that in the comments, because that's what we're talking about also, is upgrading some of our equipment and looking at getting some upgraded spinning reels. And again, shout out to the Facebook viewers. Really, really appreciate you guys checking in. I see you getting active over here. Make sure you guys hop into the comments too. So, you know, I'll bring you up. I'll bring you up. All right. So Tim Williams says, what's up, bud? It's been a minute. Yes, that is right. Glad to have you back to the live stream. Really, really appreciate it. Then we have Dodie Fishing. Shout out to the money team. Says, thank you for the spin reel tips. It's a good week to buy one. They are on sale. All right. What kind of sales are we looking at? Make sure you definitely put that in the live stream, because like I said, I'm looking for one too. And guys, I always try to put any type of special deals or anything like that in the comment section. I'm sorry, in the description each week. So anytime I do find things that are on sale, have good discounts, or just products that I think will help you guys, I make sure that I put that in the description. One of the things that we will be talking about just in a few minutes will be this Mended, and I'll show you guys how I use that to make the bait that I use in a clip that I'll be pulling up and showing you guys how to do that same thing on the lake that you just saw Gussie doing on the lake. All right, so let's see. So we have Jason says, hey Mark, congrats to the lunker. To your congrats to your son on that one. Oh yeah, big shout out on that. That was a good picture too. All right, then once again, special shout out to Vader Graves for the $10 super chat. Really, really appreciate the strong support of the channel and coming back and participating and getting active in the chat. Always a good thing. Really, really appreciate that. All right, then Michael with High Tech Redneck Fishing, aka 1010. So maybe I might just have to shorten it up for 1010 for short. Out there catching those 10-pounders. Says Doty Fishing, you can't go wrong with Daiwa or Shimano. All right, good deal with that. And then Big Jim Fishing says, if you guys don't know this, super chats with blank 99 or from mobile devices, super chats with OO are from computers. Oh, didn't know that. Look at Big Jim. He's getting kind of technical in here. So I did not know that. So .99 are from mobile devices. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, hey, I appreciate all of it. All of it goes into supporting the channel. So special shout out to that. And special shout out to the $1.99 crew. I mean, they hop in here every once in a while too. And like I said, really, really appreciate it. All right, Vernon Neal says, Doty Fishing, where are you located? There's a local shop running 25% off all Daiwa rods and reels. All right, that sounds good. Hey, drop that information in the comments. I mean, there may be some guys who want to reach out and grab one or two of those. And then look who we have, Shimano Shane. I wonder what type of reels he likes to use. All right. He says Gussie's Mega Live is the only one on the planet that's dialed in. Oh no. Oh no, partner. He's not the only one. I mean, I have mine. Where I want to, I dial mine in and it looks like that. If you go back and take a look at some of my videos, if you put let me see, just search MoneyBass Mega Live settings, probably, then it'll show. I run Helix units, so it'll show my settings on the Helix and the steps that I go through to get my system dialed in like that. But like I said, for me, whenever you see my units dialed in like that, I'm really doing that for you guys. Whenever I'm shooting video footage that I want to come back and just show you guys some information or something like that, or maybe a technique that or something that I'm using on the screen. But for the most part, I like to run my systems hot, where I will run those until I do get some interference on there, because I want to see more information on mine. So I've mentioned that several times. So on some of these shots, you guys will notice that I don't have mine dialed all the way in, because when I'm fishing, I don't dial them all the way in. But whenever I'm out there, like I said, getting some footage from you guys, I do. All right, Doty Fishing, member of the Money Team, says, Vernon, I'm west of Sugarland. All right, good deal. You guys are always in here networking. Like I said, that is a good deal. All right, then we have 1010 checking in. Says, I chose Garmin because it's the only one with bottom fill. Bottom fill draws the bottom in brown. I use green palette. Bass close to the bottom stick out. So that's what I'm saying, guys. So different units, I would say all of the systems are good. Some of them have pros and cons that work out for better than others for some people. And I know he was running Humminbird. He's running Humminbird and Garmin units. All right, then Big Jim says Gussie's 360 was turned off. So maybe that was another thing that contributed to him not having his having interference on that screen. And let's just pull that back up real quick, guys, and take a look at it, because I know there was something else that I wanted to mention. Hold on one second. Let me just pull it back up and pull it back just a little bit. Hold on one second. So on his screen, hold on one second. Went to the wrong screen. All right, bear with me, guys. Let me find it. All right, here we go. All right, so on his screen, if you take a look at that top, like right in here, so he has a little bit of interference up there. And I'm just trying to go to a few different spots in the clip just to see how that interference up there changes. So right there, you see it's not quite as big. But that area right there. So depending on how you dial your settings in, what you set that to, you can remove that out of there. But like I said, for me, whenever you see my screens, I will have it to where that interference will kind of start from right here and it will go down. Especially here where I'm at, there's a lot of pollen in the water too. So I'm going to have a little bit of interference that I probably would not be able to get rid of all of it, just because of all of the trash and stuff that's in the water. But I just wanted to show you guys that. So he does have a little bit of interference in there. If he was running his 360, maybe he may have some interference that kind of pops in and out, coming around, kind of like that, if you see my mouse moving on the screen. But yeah, so Big Jim was mentioning that he did have his 360 turned off. And yeah, in this depth, he probably was not using it. But the thing is, for me, guys, I still use my 360 whenever I'm out there in that deeper water, especially if I'm fishing a ledge, brush piles, things like that. It still shows up on that 360 for me very well, depending on how I have it, have my settings set up. All right, and let's see. We have one more fish checking in. Says, I do not understand why we don't see more pros using either a turret or a live scanner to control the forward-facing sonar. Granted, there was not much wind on Sunday. That is another great question, comment. So I recently was just gifted a Mega Live target lock system by Sly Doggy TN. Special shout out to you. And that is one of the things that I was wondering before I started using it. And what I would say is I had pretty much got to a point where I was very used to using my live system without the separate pole. So it was directly on my trolling motor. And obviously you get immediate response. Whenever you turn left, it's going to move left. So you don't have to worry about that turret. There's no separate pedal. So depending on how you fish, you can fish a little bit faster using the live connected directly to the trolling motor. So there's kind of a slight learning curve with that. So if you watch the footage from last week's live stream, I went over a lot of details using that target lock system. And if you take a look, you'll see how I'm moving it very slow, and then I kind of move it a little bit faster. It kind of allows the target lock itself to keep up with that trolling motor whenever you're moving it. But one of the things, like I said, there is kind of a slight delay. And once you kind of get over that learning curve, you can kind of get past it a little bit. But there's gonna always be if someone has it on the trolling motor versus any type of side system. And especially with how you're saying, let's see, you said turret, live scanner, those other units, I don't believe those can sync up with the trolling motor. So you're gonna have to kind of work things separately. So for me, I can see how that would be a definite I guess con in a way when you're looking at pros and cons, to where if you want to go down a cove or something and you want to scan pretty quick, having it on the trolling motor is a lot faster. One of the things that the target lock does have is the sweep mode, to where now you can set it on sweep and it'll automatically move, but it will move at its own rate. It kind of moves at a decent speed, but again, if it's on the trolling motor itself, you can engage that trolling motor, get that boat moving, disengage, will take your foot off of the don't activate the trolling motor, if you understand what I'm saying. And as the boat is still moving forward, now that allows you to just move the trolling motor back and forth so that you can scan very quickly. And as soon as you locate something, then you can kind of lock onto it, not lock onto it using target lock, but now you can lock onto it, drop a waypoint or something like that using your live system. So it's just a little bit faster for people whenever they're using whenever they're not using any type of added on system to control that live. So I hope that answers your question. All right, then we have Vernon Neal says Doty Fishing, the shop in Texas. All right, so yeah, you guys drop those deals in there. We want to see what kind of deals you're talking about. All right, Greg says I have network Solix with 360 and Mega Live. I haven't updated to the latest version. Should I? Oh man, you have come to the right place. You have come to the right place for that question. All right, let's read through this again real quick. And maybe Big Jim or somebody has already chimed in and answered this, because I can see you guys are getting very active in the comment section. All right, so it says, I have networked Solix with 360 and Mega Live. I haven't updated to the latest version. Should I? Is there a way to isolate Mega 360 to a single non-network unit without creating interference on Mega Live? So based on what I'm hearing, and please correct me in the chat, but the people that have Solix units, and I'm not sure if it's Solix and Apex units, once they have done that update, there's some interference issues that they have began running into. So I would look specifically to see if Big Jim answers this, but I would think the answer to that question for me is I would hold off if that image clarity is one of the things that you rank high up there, because I think it did cause some clarity issues with some people's systems, and it has something to do with the software update. So hope that helps. But again, just check the comments, check the chat, because these guys will help you out in there. All right, Greg also says just looking for a combination to run both without creating interference, or will it just keep the software, or will just keep the software version I have till the next update. All right, so there we go. All right, one more fish says, oh, good grief already on that idea of a different circuit for the use of live sonar. All right. Yeah. So, I mean, if that's what people want, and basically what this is referring to is creating a completely separate league where people, I guess, can use everything except live sonar, which to me would kind of defeat the purpose of having a real fisherman's league, if that's what they want to call it. Because to me, if you're using electronics with any of that, I mean, it's still electronics. So I would say in that case, they would just need to use mapping, and that's it. If that is really that big of a concern with anybody that has a complaint with forward-facing sonar, they should have a complaint with anything past mapping, in my opinion. That is kind of how I feel about that. All right, then Vernon Doty Fishing says, Vernon Neal, I have 2 Bass Pro Shops and at least half a dozen academies within 15 miles of my couch. Uh-oh, guys, look who we have. We have Yeet, a certified hook set, checking in, says, so I wonder what people got to say catching betting fish. Uh-oh, guys, I don't know if we can get into that, that kind of fight going on back and forth. But yeah, I mean, to me, it's kind of the same thing with fishing offshore, using your electronics as your eyes to see the fish, or shallow fishing using your solar, not solar, but you know what I'm talking about, your shades, the shades that you can look to help see under the water to help locate and catch those betting fish. It's just one of them is for shallow water, one of them is for deeper water. So hey, all right. Then Vernon Neal says, Doty Fishing, cool. 25% is a great discount on all dowel rods and reels. Oh yeah, like I said, drop that location in there. Big Jim Fishing says, Greg, don't update if you have. Okay, here we go, guys. Pay attention. Here is that answer of the evening that you solus guys are looking for. All right, Big Jim Fishing says, Greg, don't update if you have Solix or Apex. The pinging sync is off on the new update. Even if you isolate, it still has crosstalk. I did a video on this. Humminbird would not allow me to post it. Oh, man. That's not good. That's not good. Okay, so hey, there you go. There you have it. All right, then. Oh man, Big Jim, that's not good. All right, so Ed Sheeran. All right, what is going on? Checking in from the Facebook side of things. All right, says, can I cash you? Uh-oh, wait a minute. Does that mean a cash app? Hold on, guys. I need to get everything in order. And where did I put? Hold on just a second, guys. Bear with me real quick. All right, guys, hold on just a second. Where did I put my phone? If somebody sent me a cash app, I did not get it, but I will check cash apps in just a minute. But if you take a look down at the bottom of the screen, what you will see at the let me just pull it up real quick on this other screen, guys, so I can see what you guys are seeing out here. Where'd it go? All right, there we go. All right, so if you take a look, it says, thanks to the Cash App crew. And that is the Cash App, that $ official MoneyBass. So if anybody is interested in sending a Cash App, and I believe that's what you're asking me, Ed, that is the Cash App. And someone also asked a question, the difference between sending a Cash App, Super Chat, Super Sticker. So with a Cash App, 100% of those funds will go to the channel. With a Super Sticker or a Cash App, am I saying that right? Hold on. Super chat. I'm sorry. There we go. A Cash App. 100% of that comes to the channel. If you send a super sticker or a super chat, I believe YouTube will take about 30% of those funds. So Cash Apps, 100% of those funds do come to the channel. So if you are wanting to send a Cash App versus a super sticker or super chat, that is how you would do that. That link right down at the bottom says thanks to the Cash App crew. That $ at official MoneyBass is the Cash App for this channel, guys. Great question. Really, really appreciate that. And really appreciate anyone who takes the time to contribute to the channel in any way. Even if you're supporting it through getting active in the comment section, it all helps build this channel and continues to help build the community, guys. So really, really appreciate that. And once again, shout out to the Facebook crew. All right. All right. And then Texas Noob says, what's up, money? What is going on out there in the land of big fish? Shimano Shane says, I can promise you, you could put 100 forward-facing sonars on 100 boats and only 10 of them will be able to catch fish with it. Oh, come on, man. Come on, Shimano Shane. Don't do them like that. But yeah, I see. I understand exactly what you're saying. And that's one of the things. Coming here, guys, we're just trying to help people fish the way that they want to fish and get better at it. So if you're choosing to fish with electronics, with forward-facing sonar, then yes, there is a certain amount of skill that is needed in order to get good with those electronics. So it's going to take time on the water, and there's a definite learning curve. So for people that are thinking, guys that have electronics are just going out there and killing it, no, there's guys that are going out there and killing some zeros with their electronics because they're out there and they don't know how to use those electronics. They're not putting in the time and the effort. Just the same way somebody may be out there catching big fish, throwing a jig. But as we all know, if everybody was good at jig fishing, we know those catch big fish. There would be a lot more people throwing jigs, but there's a lot of people out there trying to do that and catching zeros with a jig. All right, so we have Fat Guy Fishing. What is going on? Says, it's amazing to see what the angler sees on forward-facing sonar during the classic. Thumbs up to Bass and Humminbird for allowing this. Oh yeah, that was definitely a big thumbs up for that. Let's see, much more entertaining being able to see what they are looking at. Definitely just adds another level, another element of excitement, in my opinion. All right, then we have Dodie Fishing says, we used to fish for suspended fish way before forward-facing sonar with Super 60 flashers. Wow. Okay, so yeah, I don't know about that one, but yeah, definitely. I mean, and actually, if you look at the RTS window that I was showing you guys a little earlier, people have told me that it's kind of similar to fishing with a flasher. So I can see how guys, that were using that flashers, how that was probably some really high-tech technology at the time, because I was killing them using that RTS window. I would say maybe about 2 years ago, if I saw a fish in that RTS window, it was pretty much a done deal. But I think fish started getting used to it, so things kind of changed up. All right, then special shout out to the money team once again. We have Jason checking in, says, I set up my buddy's 360 that is vacationing at Gunnersville and showed him your info on how to use it correctly. And he loves it as much, if not more, than his live scope. There we go, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Really, really appreciate that comment. Like I said, I do want to hear people's results. I mean, if you're going out there and it's not working for you, come back and let us know. Maybe we can change things up a little bit. And definitely, if you're out there and you're following some information or some of the videos and it's working out for you, really, really appreciate you coming back and giving us that feedback. All right. Then Greg says, thanks, Big Jim. I will not wait. I will wait for the next update. There you go, guys. There you go. Now, just think of how much time and heartache that has saved him just by tuning in tonight, guys. Special shout out to Greg and Big Jim on that one. All right, then we have Michael with High Tech Redneck Fishing says, people are so worried about advanced electronics. No one talks about the advancement of boats. The last two classics were won out of aluminum boats. Oh yeah, we mentioned that before on this channel. We mentioned that, but yeah, people are overlooking certain things and they just kind of have tunnel vision on something that may not actually be, the cause of the results that they're getting. So, hey, Hey. All right. One more fish says, I would bet all of my tackle in my boat that those same guys catching fish using forward-facing sonar and cashing checks would spank those whiners in a derby without the use of forward-facing sonar. And I would say that there's probably a good chance of that also. All right. Then Shimano Shane says that was DI, not 2D. So the footage where I was showing where I was actually catching that fish using the drop shot with that RTS window, that is 2D sonar. That is not DI. The down imaging screen does not have that RTS window. Hope that answered that question for you. All right, then academic mailbox. What is going on? Checking back in. Says good demo money. Yeah, hopefully that information was good and helped you guys out. Then Vernon Neal says Gussie won an Elite Series event in 2021 on the same fishery, Tennessee River, fishing the exact same way without forward-facing sonar. That is what I was talking about, guys. So I'm pretty sure he was using the technique that I just showed you guys that I was using in order to talk my way through watching my bait, watching the fish follow my bait, me bringing the bait back up. All of those steps were using 2D sonar. So make sure you guys search MoneyBass RTS window and watch that video if that's something that you want to get good at, because I go through that full setup as you guys saw a little bit earlier. All right, then Michael with High Tech Redneck Fishing says, I have been thinking about doing videos on my YouTube channel on how to fish without electronics, how to start out with the basics. I'm not sure if this would be popular.
Yes, sir.
It would definitely be popular, because I would say that there are a lot more beginner fishermen all the way up to fishermen that are not using electronics than there are fishermen that are using forward-facing sonar. I would say more people do not have forward-facing sonar and do not know how to properly use their electronics, even if they have them. So there's a lot of people that want to know how to fish a Texas rig or fish a jig or skip docks, things like that. All right. Then Vernon Neal says, MoneyBass, just say Gussie for short. There we go. Yeah. I was getting a little tongue-tied a little earlier. All right. Hunter Taylor says the pros get different updates than we do, clearly. Oh, yeah. We know they get the updates before we do. But I would say that the results that you're seeing on his screen can be obtained by us regular guys. For me, I have footage out. If you just search MoneyBass Mega Live settings, there should be a lot of videos that come up with me showing my Mega Live. I use it on a 12 and a 10. I do a comparison on the different screens, different settings, different palettes, all that good stuff. So yeah, if you want to know more about that, definitely search MoneyBass Mega Live settings. And another one that a lot of people liked was the size matter. And that's the one where I compared a 12-inch screen versus the 10-inch screen using the Mega Live. We have Marvin Gardner checking in. What is going on from the Facebook side of things? All right. And then more. Let's see what we have here. Let's see. Okay. Getting caught up on the comments. All right. One more fish says, man, I always forget to like, bro. Okay. Yeah. Appreciate that. Let's see where we're at on the likes. How are the likes looking, guys? All right, we're sitting at 22 likes. I mean, it's all right. Can we get maybe like 3 to 4 more likes, guys? Just 3 or 4 more likes. That might help us out a little bit. But the likes really do help the channel, guys. It helps push us out in the YouTube algorithm. More people will view the channel, and the channel will continue to grow. And as we grow, guys, we will have more sponsors and things like that coming into the channel, more reviews of products. And as one of the perks for the Money Team, whenever we do have those sponsors coming to the show, I think we've had maybe 2 or 3 come in so far. And whenever they have products that they want to have tested, or they're going to give out free product, I will point them over to the Money Team, so the Money Team can get those kind of perks. And if anybody's interested in becoming a member of the Money Team, the link is pinned to the top of the chat, and it is also in the description of the video. So make sure you guys take a look at that. All right, then Beta Grave says, yes, sir, pronouncing it correctly. All right, good deal with that. All right, so let's see. All right, so yeah, I mean, I've been known to pronounce a name wrong once or twice, but good deal, I was getting that one right. All right, Marvin Gardner says, hello, first time checking out the channel. Really, really appreciate it. Everybody that is new, welcome to the MoneyBass channel every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Sometimes we drop them on Wednesdays. I had a live stream set up for tomorrow, but I think I may push that off to maybe the following week. I did mention to you guys that I will be doing a co-angler live stream. So for you guys that are co-anglers or no co-anglers, please make sure you share this channel with them, so that as soon as that interview, collab, or whatever you want to call it, is set up and announced, you guys will find out about it. I will be bringing a 2-time BFL. I'm not sure at what point you have to make it to get those big $50,000 checks, but he has 2 of them. And I think he is the only person in the history of the BFLs to actually accomplish that. So he will be coming on. We will be going over some tips, suggestions, different baits and things like that. And what I will do is I will bring up on the screen some different video clips of different boat positions and things like that for you guys, that what I'm thinking and what he will think will be some of the more difficult things for co-anglers to kind of fish. Different techniques that you can use to fish those difficult boat positions or boat locations, all of that good stuff that co-anglers complain about. So just going to address that, and hopefully that information will help you guys out on the lake. All right, let's see who else we have. Doty Fishing, member of the Money Team, checking in, says Bass Pro Shops and Academy have spinning reels on sale. I believe all manufacturers are having a sale. All right, that is a good deal. Look who we have checking in. Mako Mills, strong supporter of the channel. He has actually sponsored 1 or 2 of the live streams, so really appreciate you checking in. He says, hey, Money, hope all is well. Shout out to Jason. Where you been, man? Uh-oh. He checking on Jason. Let's see. Let's see. Let me just go back through here real quick and just give some recaps and some shout outs to the sponsors of the live stream. So right now, I think if you take a look down there, Mako, we have Jason. Jason is stepping in strong. He is the co-sponsor of the live stream. He hit us up with the $20 super chat. Then we had somebody else step in. They were like, hey, hold on, I want to get in this action a little bit. Big Jim stepped in. He was like, what's up, partner? What's up? Let me hit you with the $9.99 super chat. Then Mark Scott said, wait a minute. You mean Jason is a sponsor? Let me hop in and let me co-sponsor this thing. Let me hit you with the $20 super sticker. So we have a co-sponsor, Jason and Mark Scott. Then we have Vader Graves. Vader Graves is like, hey, I kind of like what I'm hearing. I'm getting some value out of this. Let me go ahead and support the channel. Let me hit MoneyBass up with the $10 super chat. So really appreciate that, guys. Always appreciate the strong support of the channel. And as I say each week, is whoever steps in and gives the highest super chat, super sticker, or cash app during the live stream is the sponsor of that live stream. And guys, I need to check the cash apps because I think somebody may have sent one. So I'll check on that in just a second. But special shout out to you guys. Really appreciate it. And I think we had somebody hop in here and said, you know something? You can't be calling me out like that. Mako Mill says, what's up, Jason? Let's go, man. And he hit the channel with a $20 super chat. Big shout out to Mako Mills. No question, no comment, just the pure love and support of the channel. Really appreciate that, Mako, stepping in strong. But it looks like you guys are putting me to work. So just bear with me real quick because now we have what is this? A 3-way sponsorship going on right now. So just bear with me, guys. Let me just see what we have here. So we have Jason and Mark Scott and Mako Mills. So let's see. So I mean, this is kind of rare, guys, where we have 3 people with at the exact same amount sponsoring the show at the same time. But let me put some respect on the names and get that banner updated. Special thank you so much to the sponsor of the stream, Jason and Mark Scott and Mako Mills. Really appreciate it, guys. Always appreciate the support of the channel and everybody getting active in the live streams. The more you guys get active in the live streams, the more we get out of these live streams, more information, the more value that we get. So really, really appreciate everybody for contributing to the channel. All right. And just bear with me. Just let me hop back in here and get back where I was at. All right, so we have Doty Fishing checking in, says Academy code for $40 off a $200 purchase. Bass JDBG8. All right, so that is for Academy Sports. So if you have a $200 purchase, so with that, do you have to purchase a minimum of $200 to get that $40 off? I guess that equates to a 20% discount. So good deal on that. All right, then we have One More Fish says, right, they do not sync up. Garmin does not have a target lock type yet. Okay, and that just references a little earlier where we were talking about someone made the comment, they wonder why more people do not have a separate turret system like Live Scanner or Target Lock. And you notice, well, I noticed that there weren't a lot of pros running the target lock system, and the only thing that I can think of is that slight delay, guys, because you know those guys are down to precision when you get to that level. So that slight delay, whenever you turn that trolling motor, it may just be a slight delay where that target lock will move. But with time on the water, which I have been doing, guys, I found that learning curve quickly goes away, because you will see that you can start off moving it a little slow, but then you eventually get to where you know that speed that you need to move it at to keep those synced up very well with that target lock system. All right, then we have Kyler Bowers checking in. Another subscriber to the channel says, I learned that forward facing sonar ain't as easy as the pros make it. I got my teeth kicked in last night. Couldn't capitalize on a lot of fish. Oh, not the teeth kicked in. Gotta hate that. So, yeah, that is something that will happen to people out there, because a lot of people think that once they put these things on their boat that they're going to catch the fish for them. And that is not going to happen. So you do have to get out there and spend that time on the water to learn when they're going to, I mean, even though you see them, when are they not going to bite? When are they going to bite? So, yeah, time on the water is the remedy for that. Then we have James Harmon, another supporter of the channel, checking in. LJ here. What did I miss? Man, looks like you missed about an hour and a half. Looks like you missed about an hour and a half. So, yeah, we've been going over, Gussie's catch out on the lake. Then I pulled up some information showing people how to use that RTS window to track their bait, track the fish, that kind of stuff on 2D sonar. And then we've been going through here talking about a lot of good info as far as talking about your helix systems, solix systems. So yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of good things in here, and a lot of people have been helped, especially Greg, because he was about to do an update, and Big Jim says, hey, hold up, swole up. You might want to hold off on that update for right now. All right, and then let's see who else we have. Again, special shout out to Mako Mills, hopping right into the chat and getting busy, just hopping right in. Really appreciate that. All right, then LJ says, a friend sent me the video you did with Josh Panyard. I appreciate the props when he mentioned me and Brandon. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, LJ is out there doing his thing. Shout out to you, LJ. So James Harmon, yes, special shout out to you, doing your thing big out there on Lake Lanier. All right, then we have Ivy Moore says, this is me, Mo. This is me, Mo. That's my real name, bro. Oh, okay. All right, what is going on, Mimo? Ivy Moore checking in. Really appreciate you coming back and checking out the channel. All right, so what I'll do, guys, is one of the things that I mentioned, and let me just check this real quick. Went over the sponsors, guys. Again, special shout out to the Money Team, always coming in and supporting the channel strong. All right, so one of the things that you guys know that Gussie was using down here, we call it the Demiki rig. And so what I want to show you guys is a way that I was actually rigging this up. And before I do that, let me just pull up this footage and share this with you guys. Just bear with me real quick. And I'm just going to show you out on the lake, me putting in a little action using this technique and how I set that up. Hold on one second, guys. All right, I just have to share my screen, so just give me a second. All right, here we go, guys. And this actually, yeah, here we go. All right, so I'm just going to play a little bit of this video, and then we'll come back and I will show you that info that I was referring to. Let's take a look, guys. That is what you want. There are the bait fish. You can see them on the side imaging, and look at those bass sitting right above that. Oh my God, guys. I love it when a plan comes together. So let me get the net, get this fish to the boat, and I will show you guys what I'm out here doing today. Oh man. All right, there we go, guys. I'm out here in the middle of these ditches. That is what that came off of. All right, so take a look at that, guys. All right, so take a look at that bait. Kind of an awkward looking little thing, huh? So I knew that the let me just pull this up real quick. Where we at? All right, so I knew at the time the bait fish were very, very small. And I mean, I ended up going and buying a spoon that was probably the size of a little bit bigger than your pinky fingernail. That's how small some of these bait fish were. So I had to figure out a way to catch those fish. And I knew that the Mickey rig was something that was working. And I did not have that, I didn't have that setup that I needed with me at the time. So I had to improvise. So let me just show you real quick what I did, guys. This is a Zoom. What is this? Super Fluke Junior. There we go. I know a lot of people have those. So if you take a look at that bait that I have on there, let me just swap this up real quick. So if you take a look at that, trying to see how I can show you both of these at the same time. So take a look at the size of that one and take a look at the size of this one. You notice that this one is a lot bigger than that one. So how did I do that? How I did that was I took a Super Fluke Junior, a knife or a pair of scissors. All right, there you go. And this product called Mend It. So I will put a discount link. I think there's a discount for it in the description. It may not be in the description yet, guys, but I'll put it in there as soon as this live stream is over. But I use those three things. And what I did was I noticed that the bait fish were very small. So let's see if I can show you guys what I did. So I took that bait right where that curve happens. I went just a little bit behind that. And I cut that part right there. Like that. And then I came around to this other side and cut it about right there. So let me cut that. And I removed about that much out of that bait. So if you take a look at these three portions, let's see if you guys can see that. I can't really see it that well, but I removed that middle portion. And then what I did is I went back and made it like that. And using this product Mend It, it doesn't glue the bait back together. What it does is it kind of welds it. It kind of melts those plastic pieces together. So I'm going to do it here and just show you how quick it works, because I've actually used this in tournaments before. There was a tournament that I was fishing on Lake Russell, And so I just put a little bit on that side. And a little bit on this side. So just bear with me, guys. Just trying to do this real quick. All right. And so once I get both of those set up, then all you do is just take them, line it up, and just hold it together. And this is kind of a quick job with it, guys. So what you want to do is just take the time to actually get it lined up a little better. And let me just make sure I put enough of it on here. Hold on 1 second. Because like I said, what this does is it actually welds the two pieces together. And so after I do this, I'll just let it sit for a minute, and then I'll show you exactly why I like this this product. Hold on just a second. All right, so just put that together. All right, so there we go, guys. And let me just set this to the side for a minute. Then we'll come back to that. All right, so I took that, and then this is a VMC Moon Eye Jig. I believe that's what the name of it is called. And I probably got this in a half ounce is what I'm guessing this one was. I don't have it in the pack, so I can't really remember. But I know I was fishing in like anywhere from 30 to 50 feet of water. And when I see those fish, sometimes they're moving. So I want to get the bait down there pretty fast. So I will get a larger size jig head. But there you go. So you see that big moon eye on there. Let's see if we can get that to focus, guys. There we go. So you see that big moon eye on there. Moon eye jig. All right, let's see. I guess it may take a few more seconds. But I actually have another one that I did. So let me just show you guys that one. So I made like 2 or 3 of these. I went out to the lake to test them out, and they worked. And you can use this on other baits too. So I use this on creature baits, like if I want to add appendages, or especially if you have something like those rage crawls or plastic that cost a lot, and one of the arms come off and you see it sitting in the bottom of the boat, you can actually use this product and put that arm back on there. Because if you're paying what, $5, $6, $7 for some plastics, and you're only getting like 6 or 7 plastics in that thing, in that package, then I definitely want to keep those. But that is pretty much how the end product how it looks. Let me just take one of these out of here just so you can see. This one is a different color, but so you see the difference in size, the body size of that. So now I have the small one. And then the other thing I did on one of them is how this tail kind of droops down that way. I actually cut it and turned the tail the other way. So the tail was actually sitting out like that. So depending on how detailed you want to get, guys, when these guys are out here fishing for $100,000, $300,000, or the name of Bassmaster Classic champion that they're going to live with forever, they'll take the time to go in here and make these little bitty tweaks on baits. So they may tell you the name of the bait that they're using, but there may be adjustments that they have done to those. So I just wanted to show you guys that. So there's always ways to kind of improvise the different baits. And again, just to show you the difference in size whenever you're going after those real small baits. So these, you can get these in several different sizes. And I think the largest one that I purchased may have been it could have been a 3/8, but I'm thinking that this is a half ounce. And generally what I do now, guys, I just kind of eyeball it. Once I look in my tackle box, I'll just grab the size, the bigger size, if I want to get down there faster. If they're more finicky, but I can see that they're staying in the same place, like the footage that I showed you that he was fishing. He was fishing an area where those fish are down there. They're on the bottom. They may be roaming around a little bit, or they could just be sitting still. So you may not need to go with as much speed getting it down there to them, and you may want it to pendulum down a little bit slower if you're you know, if those fish are finicky, and if you wanted the pendulum slower, then you would put a smaller weight on there, just to give it a little different type of movement. But it's one of those things where you just have to get out there and get a feel for those fish. So I would say that this one is probably a half ounce, and I think I had a 3/4 ounce maybe, and then the smaller one I can't really remember, but there was a smaller size too. So like I said, it just depends on what type of action that I'm trying to get out of it. So I wouldn't say a specific bait size for me, but LJ says Lanier Baits has 1/4 ounce and 3/8. Oh yeah, they sure do. And actually, so yeah, it may be a 3/8, not a 3/4 that I was using. So maybe it was a 3/8. But he says Lanier Baits has 1/4 ounce and 3/8, painted or unpainted. We sell a ton of them. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So make sure you guys check out Lanier Baits. So if you don't want to get out here and, you know, kind of cut them up yourself and kind of tweak them and all that good kind of stuff, then yeah, you can get them ready made. Just check out lanierbaits.com, and that's where you can get you can see some things like these actually live and in action on that site. But yeah, so there you go. And taking a look back at the one that I just did. Where'd I put the jig head? All right, so this is the one that you guys just saw me. You just watch me cut up and get set up. And from there, all I do is just take that jig head, and let's see where that will come out at. And just rig that right down the center. And remember, guys, this is just a quick live stream setup, so it's not going to look perfect, but it's just to give you guys an idea. If you wanted to go out there and try that technique, you may already have the things that you need in your tackle setup. So there you go, guys. So that is what I used in that video clip that you see right where is it? Right there in that video clip. That is what I'm holding up. But I did take the time to kind of adjust it a little bit so that the tail is more up instead of sagging like that. And let's see, like this one right here. So if you take a look at these two, this one has a little bit more droop to it than this one does, because really all you want to do is just throw that down there, not put any action into it. And the thing that I did like about doing it this way is because even when you try to hold that still, you see how that tail is just moving. Look at that. I'm trying to hold that as still as I can, and it's still shaking. So any type of water current and stuff like that will give it some action for you. So hope that helped you guys out. And let me just pull this back real quick and play that again one more time for the people that may just be checking in. All right, let's see what 1010 has to say. When they're on small bait, try a Bobby Garland 2-inch shad, color monkey milk. All right, that is a unique color right there. All right, so let me move this video clip back just a little bit and just show that catch to you guys one more time. And this is with the Demiki rig. Oh, and actually, let me just pull it back to where you guys can see the electronics. And the thing about that is on here, where my finger is pointing, that is my down imaging. And that is special shout out to Josh Panyard by way of LJ, Lanier Jim, James Harmon. So that is where those settings came from. Look how crisp that is, guys. And this over here is the 2D sonar. All right, so we're just going to play that. And all I was doing is scanning until I found those bait fish. And of course, when you find those bait fish, man, look at those fish sitting right above that bait over there, guys. But let's just take a look at it real quick. You can see them on the side imaging, and look at those bass sitting right above that. And on the 2D sonar, I was actually able to watch that fish come up and grab it on its way down. I love it when a plan comes together. So let me get the net, get this fish to the boat, and I will show you guys what I'm out here doing today. Oh man. And sonar is really all you need to do that technique. All right, there we go, guys. I'm out here in the middle of these ditches. That is what that came off of. That bait that I was just showing you guys the other day. All right, there's a lot more fish down there. Let me get down here, see if I can catch some more. All right, there we go. All right, there you go, guys. Finishing up a day out here. Just wanted to hit the lake, do a little ditch fishing. It's a pretty nice one right there. Let me go ahead and put him back in the water. All right, let me skip to some more scanning real quick. Stuff, guys, but let's get straight into the video. All right, as you can see, the water temp is 49 degrees. I'm out here in about 50, 60 feet of water in some of these places. Look at all of that. Another thing to keep in mind, guys, is what you saw Gussie doing. When you're looking at those water temps, you're reading the water temp that is right there at surface level. Whenever you're out here fishing in, what is that I'm in? I'm in 54 feet of water right there. That water temp is definitely going to be different than what you're reading at the top. So even though the water temps that he may have been reading and fishing were higher, those fish may have still been on a winter pattern depending on the temps of the water down at that level where those fish are located. Just something to consider. Just wanted to mention that. Like I said, just something to consider, guys. That down there, guys. So I'm out here marking this and searching for bait fish to hit these ditches. So that is all I'm doing, is out here scanning, going straight down out here in this deep water, guys. I'm looking for these sharp drop-offs where there's ledges, just seeing where there's areas where I can see the fish will have the ability to push those bait fish up against those ledges so they can start trying to feed on them. So I'm really wanting to see some bait balls. Look at that right there, guys. All right, there we go. All right, there's some fish right there. So what I'm going to do is mark that and spin back around and see if I can. All right, let me mark those fish. All right, got that marked. Now I'm just going to spin back around, see if I can catch another fish out of that pack right there. All right, there we go. Look at that right there too, guys. So that's that side imaging. So that's what I'm right over. So that is a nice school of fish. Right here, it looks like you can only see about 3 of those fish. But looking at that side imaging, it kind of gives you a better picture. Just make that full screen. It kind of gives you a better picture. Those fish are down there moving around. And as you can see, I was getting closer to that ledge. And this is an area where I came to before and kind of saw that there's some other cover out right in that area. So just out here in these ditches, guys, let me go ahead and spin back around and see what I can see what I can show you guys. All right, I found it, guys. There we go. Those are a bunch of bait fish. Might be some predator fish mixed down in there, some bass, maybe some striper. 49 degrees, 41 feet of water. So what I'm going to do, basically what I'm out here today is just kind of scouting around, getting my units and everything set up the way that I like them and the way that it'll be best for me. So you can see I have my side imaging set on pallet number 10, just kind of messing around with that a little bit. All right, so there we go, guys. So that is going to be a bass, striper, something like that. But just have to get down there and check it out. So this is my down imaging. So I have that real hot. You can see that I have that set on that 400 to 500 kilohertz. It's not on mega imaging right now. My side imaging is still on mega imaging. But let me just spin back around in here, mark those bait fish, and just keep on looking. But basically, that's what I'm doing out here today, guys. Finding those bait fish out in this deeper water. I'm trying to target those bigger fish. And I got one of them. Let's see. Show you guys what I got so far. You can really tell how big that one is, but that's a nice sized fish. Probably just a little under 3 pounds. So there you have it, guys. Let me get back out here and keep on working. All right, I am still out here scanning. Have my side scan. I went ahead and put that back on pallet 3. Take a look at that right there. That is my down scan, guys. Woo, look how pretty that image is. And I have my shortcut set up to where I can hit that button and pop right over there. But yeah, take a look at the detail on that. All right, guys. All right, guys. All right, that's enough of the scanning. Just wanted to show that to you. This is a separate video, and I can tell you. So if you wanted to take a look at that, this is the Humminbird 2.80 update on the water. And one second, I'll just pull it back up so you guys can see the name of it. Where we go. All right, there we go. Trying to see if it'll show my mouse, but just search MoneyBass Humminbird 2.80 update, and you can see that full video there, guys. All right, so I hope that information has helped you guys out. So we went over a little bit of the Mickey rigging, and actually, let's see. So this is the one that I just put together. So let me take this back off of here and just see if I did it correctly. Then, all right, so there you go, guys. So this is the one that I just put together using that mended. And like I said, I'll put the link to that in the description if anybody's interested in getting that. If you use swim baits and things like that, you definitely want to have that product because it'll weld them back together whenever they start getting torn and stuff like that from catching fish, or from setting the hook and there's no fish on there and you just kind of rip the bait in half. All right, but yeah, so it's pretty strong, guys. And you saw I just put this together. I just cut it in half and cut that whole middle section out of there and put those two pieces back together, and then I pop that moon eye jig in here, and then it was ready to roll. Put it back in there. Might have to go out and test this out, see if I can catch something with this one. But there you go. So depending on where you put it at in the bait, you can kind of determine how much sag you want in that tail. But again, trying to hold it still, it's going to always have some action in there. And the other thing that's good about these is whenever you tie that on there, and depending on where you angle that knot, sometimes, like for me, I'll push the knot to the back end of that tie, and it helps keep it sitting up like that instead of sagging like this. It'll help keep it up like that for you. And then you can just make some adjustments with this tail end if you wanted that to stand more upright. So hope that info helps you out, guys. All right, so let me hop back into the chat. Like I said, the live streams always feed off of the chat, guys. So let's see what is going on. See if you guys have been in here talking, or are you falling asleep on me? Because we have been rolling for about 2 hours. All right, so let's see who we have checking in. Let's see what we have in here, guys. All right, so yeah, we had LJ stepping in saying the Mickey, awesome bait this time of year if you learn how to fish it. All right, then we have Ivy Moore says, I don't want to get off topic. You can ask this question or whatever. So, but do anyone with favorite army? So I'm not following that question. Let's see. Is there something wrong with a staff? Because I don't hear a lot of talk about them at this time. All right, so if you could clarify that, I'm not really following the question on that one. All right, then we have Michael with High Tech Redneck Fishing says the key is the head on the moon eye jig. It's called the aspirin style head. It's flat on the sides. All right, good deal with that. Then we have Doty Fishing. Special shout out to the Money Team, and the Money Team is growing, guys. I think Doty is one of the newest members of the Money Team. Asking weight of the heads. And then we had let me see, Michael with High Tech Redneck Fishing hopping in saying the 3/16 through a 1 ounce works depending on how fast you want it to fall. And I would agree with that, because yeah, if you want it to pendulum down a little bit slower, then you can drop that weight, or there's some people who will cast these things out. I mean, living dangerously, but hey, it works. You can cast them out there. And once you spot those fish, some people are throwing them on like a 3/4 ounce head, jig heads, things like that, guys. So hey, it's a lot going on out there. All right. Then we have James Harmon stepping in. The Lanier baits have 1/4 ounce and 3/8, painted or unpainted. We sell a ton of them. All right. Then Michael with High Tech Redneck Fishing says, when they're on small bait, try a Bobby Garland 2-inch shad, color money milk. So we went over that. Then we have stepping into the live stream at the end of the live stream. Who is this? Harry stepping in says, nice picture on the birds. We'll catch the first part later. Hope you are doing well. Yes, I'm doing well. Everything is going great. You know, just out here having a little bit of fun on the lake, checking in with you guys on the live stream. All right, then we have Michael with High Tech Redneck Fishing says, I can't believe I'm sharing this. Uh-oh, guys. Uh-oh. Let's see what he has to say. He says, the Zoom finesse worm on the aspirin jig catches big spots. Oh, there we go. We got him dropping some juice on us, guys. I mean, every once in a while, you might have somebody dropping in and, you know, letting loose some of their specialized techniques. So the Zoom finesse worm, how about that? All right. And then LJ says, got to run, have 2 half-day trips tomorrow. So my old self needs to get in bed. Good stuff, Ryan. All right, go ahead and get your old self in bed. All right, good deal. Good luck out there on the lake tomorrow. Really, really appreciate you stepping in and always showing strong support to the channel. Hey, maybe I'll see you at the next expo or something like that, but really appreciate it. All right, guys, looks like we're slowing down. Hope everybody has enjoyed the information that I have been putting out, because like I said, I always look to provide value for you guys. That is the purpose and the goal of the live stream, along with building a community of guys that are willing to come together and, you know, just kind of help each other out there on the water. And I see the Facebook crew. The Facebook crew, you guys are really getting busy out there. The Facebook crew is growing. Let me just check in on you guys real quick. Really, really appreciate everybody on the Facebook side of things, the YouTube side of things, all of us getting together and making it happen. Oh, all right, guys. Let me, I need to do something real quick. Let me just share my screen and play this video real quick, and then we'll be right back and see if there's any other questions. Oh, before that, I see some more people have hopped in. Let's see. So we have Ivy Moore says, my bad, favorite fishing rods. I was asking, has anybody became a member? Think it's called Favorite Army. I was just curious, is something wrong with the rods? So I don't really know too much about the favorite brand. If anybody else does, feel free to hop in the comments and answer that question for him. But I mean, there's a lot of you know, pros that are using that favorite products. All right, then we have 1010 says, that's what I caught my 8-pound spotted bass on in 2001. No live scope. All right, good deal with that. All right, then Dodie Fisher says, has anyone seen the new Ultrex?
Yes, sir.
Have a new Ultrex coming out. I haven't seen it. I'd like to hear the answer to that too. All right, but yeah, just give me a second. Let me just share my screen again real quick and let you guys take a look at this. But make sure you guys get active in the comments, and then I'll be right back and see what other comments you guys have. Hold on 1 second, guys. Trying to get that queued up for you. Where are we at? All right, there we go. All right, coming across, looks like an old road bed, but I was trying to find areas where fish can push those bait fish up to the shallow water, coming straight from something deep like that, coming all the way shallow, but not really seeing anything right there. Let me head back over to my side imaging. Sonar, down scan. Have that down scan hot, and you see that is not set on mega imaging right here, but my side scan is. That is mega imaging right there. When you look at that megahertz right there. All right, but just wanted to show you guys that. Looks like there may be something coming up right here. What is that? Let's see. There we go, guys. That is what you want. There are the bait fish. You can see them on the side imaging, And look at those bass sitting right above that. There you go, guys. That is why you come out here and spend a lot of time scanning. All right, let me hit that back right there. There we go. Look at all of that bait. All of that bait. All right, I have found it. Let me see if I can spend about 15 minutes out here fishing because it is about 1 o'clock. Just didn't really want to spend a lot of time out here today. But yeah, let me go ahead and get to it, guys. All right, I just spun around real quick. Just want to run over it again. Again, today is not really about catching fish. It is about coming out here working on my techniques. And I will show you guys the baits that I prefer to use whenever I come out here. And on days like this, when I can get out here and just try out a few different things, that's pretty much what it is, guys. Just trying out some new techniques, some things I haven't caught fish on before. Some of them I have. There's another nice bait ball, but as you can see, I have my Lake Master card set up to where this is 35 to 55 feet will show green, out to 10 feet is red, and then that's kind of in between right here. So you can see there was kind of like it came up to some shallow water. There is a lot of cover out here, but what I am focusing on is that big bait ball that I just showed you guys. So I just wanted to ride back over that again real quick and take a few seconds to just mark some waypoints on it. If I can get lined back up on it again. Looks like I may have missed it, so I need to swing back around again. But the name of the game, guys, getting out here, spending time on the water, because you know there is no substitute for that. You cannot beat this time on the water because those bait balls, those fish are going to move. But whenever you come out on days. All right, guys. All right. So that's enough scanning. You guys have seen that that good footage right there on the water. So like I said, that video is uploaded on my channel. Just do a search for MoneyBass Humminbird 2.80 update. And guys, I have over 600, probably around 700 and something videos on YouTube. So just about anything that you want to search or look up, just put MoneyBass and then whatever that topic is, and you should be able to find plenty of footage on whatever it is that you're looking at. All right, guys, let me hop back into the chat real quick. Looks like things are slowing down a little bit. We have hit the 2-hour mark. So let me just take a look and see where we were at. Let me open that up. All right, so 1010 says favorite rods and reels are good. They're just not as popular as other brands. All right, there you go. So yeah, I don't have any favorite products. All right, then Vernon Neal says Ultrex brushless motor coming soon. What do you guys think about those brushless motors? I mean, I hear they're a lot more quiet, but I don't really know the pros and cons of the brushless motors. All right, then we have Mark Scott, member of the Money Team, checking in. Says, thank you, Ryan. All right. So really, really appreciate it, guys. Want to give another shout out. Let's just see who we have. All right. Want to give another shout out to the sponsors of the show. Let me just run down this line real quick. See what we have. So we have Jason stepping in, member of the Money Team. Really, really appreciate it. Hitting the channel with the $20 super chat. So he became the sponsor of the channel. Then we had, who stepped in next? Who was that? We had Big Jim Fishing. Oh yeah, he stepped in and hit us with the $9.99. Says, thanks for the support, Money Team. Then we had Mark Scott said, hold on. I want to get in here and get some of that action too. So he became a co-sponsor. Jason and Mark Scott. Then we have Vader Graves stepping in.
Yes, sir.
Really, really appreciate the $10 super chat. Mega live to the front. Go Money Team. All right. And then Big Jim did mention just a little bit of info that could help us out. He says, if you guys don't know, super chats with 99 cents are from mobile devices. And the ones that end in the 00 are from computers. All right. So 99 is mobile devices. So there we go. All right. And then let's see who we had follow all of this up. Then we had Mako Mills step in. Mako said, hey, I wanna sit in that sponsor seat too. So kind of move over. I guess it's like a sponsor, what you want to call that? A sponsor love seat, guys. So we got 3 people piled in on there. So special shout out to Mako Mills with the $20 super chat. And then let's see, there we go, guys. So if you take a look at the bottom of the screen, that banner that is scrolling, that is who is representing the channel, the sponsors of the live stream. Special shout out to, let me see, special thank you so much to the sponsor of the stream, Jason and Mark Scott and Mako Mills. All right, so really appreciate it, guys. And then let's see what we have. Cowboy Jack stepping in, says, off topic, the walleye tournament cheaters pled guilty to 1 felony and 1 misdemeanor each. Forfeit boat, motor, and trailer. Will be sentenced in May. Woo! Sounds nasty. Sounds pretty bad. But thank you for that info. Thank you for that update. All right, guys, really appreciate you checking into the channel. And again, I will be doing that co-angler live stream. So it will be, I'm calling it a co-angler live stream, but for boaters also. It will be some great info in there. I will have 2-time champion, the only person that I think has done this in the history of the BFLs, has held up 2 of those $50,000 checks. I will have him coming to the show, coming on here to help out the co-anglers, give you guys some techniques, some tips, some tricks, all that good kind of stuff, and just talk about his wins and everything on the lake. So that would definitely be a good one, guys, and look to have a good time with it. All right, guys, really appreciate you supporting the channel. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out if you did not hit it on the way in. I really appreciate the support, and I will see you guys on the next